Just think about that for a second. Millions of computers, maybe even one of yours, all following orders they never, ever agreed to. It's like this silent, digital army, just waiting for the signal.
Yeah, that thing we're describing, it has a name, a botnet. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. What these digital armies are, how they get built, and why they're one of the most powerful threats online today. All right, let's get into it.
So first, you really have to wrap your head around the sheer scale of this problem. We call it an invisible army for a good reason. It operates completely in the shadows, and its soldiers are, well, all around us.
At its core, a botnet isn't just one piece of malicious software. It's a vast network. It's a collection of devices that have been infected with malware, all linked together, ready to be controlled from anywhere in the world by one single attacker.
The easiest way to picture it is like a giant puppet show. Every infected device, your laptop, your phone, maybe even your smart fridge, becomes a puppet, or what we call a bot. And the person pulling all those strings, that's the bot master. They have total, absolute control over their entire army of bots. So how does a bot master even assemble a digital army in the first place? Well, it's not random. It's a very calculated, multi-stage process designed to be stealthy and to grow really, really big. Let's take a look at how it's done.
It all kicks off with infection. Malicious software gets onto a device through all the usual suspects, sketchy email links, phishing scams, or just really weak passwords. Once it's in, the device quietly makes a connection to a hidden server called the Command and Control, or C2 server. From there, the bot master can issue a command to one bot or to millions of them, all at once.
Now this threat has absolutely exploded with the rise of the Internet of Things, or IoT. All our smart cameras, our smart speakers, our routers, they often ship with super weak default security settings. That makes them incredibly easy targets for bot masters who are just looking to expand their networks.
And believe me, this danger is not theoretical. Back in 2016, the Mirai botnet did exactly this. It just scanned the internet for insecure smart devices, infected millions of them worldwide, and then unleashed some of the most powerful cyber attacks the world had ever seen, knocking major websites and services completely offline.
To make things even worse, botnets have evolved. See, the early ones were centralized. If you found the main server, you could shut the whole thing down. But modern botnets, they're decentralized. The bots talk to each other, peer-to-peer. There's no single point of failure, which makes them incredibly resilient and way, way harder to dismantle.
An army is meant to be used, right? So once a bot master has control over thousands or even millions of devices, they can unleash that combined power in some pretty destructive ways.
And these digital armies are versatile weapons. Botnets are notorious for DDoS attacks, but that's not all. They're also used to send out billions of spam emails, secretly use your device's power to mine cryptocurrency, or even just dig around on your computer for passwords and financial data.
Let's focus on the most famous one, though, the DDoS, or Distributed Denial of Service attack. The concept is actually pretty simple. The bot master commands every single bot in the network to send a request to one target, like a website, all at the exact same moment.
The result? It's a digital traffic jam of unbelievable scale. The target gets flooded with more data than it could ever handle. We're talking attacks that are over a terabit per second. That's not like drinking from a fire hose. It's like a fire hose trying to fill a thimble. The server is totally overwhelmed, and for any legitimate user, the service just goes offline.
And maybe the most unsettling part of all of this is that the whole process is designed to be invisible. A bot only uses a tiny, tiny fraction of your device's resources, so it can sit there for months or even years without you ever noticing. Your machine seems to work perfectly fine, all while it's secretly serving a hidden master.
So yeah, the threat is massive, but the effort to fight back is just as big. Cybersecurity professionals are in a constant battle against these invisible armies, working day and night to dismantle them, piece by piece.
So how do you find an enemy you can't even see? Well, you look for its footprints. Security experts monitor networks for any strange spikes in traffic, they analyze how a system is behaving to spot unusual processes, and they hunt for those telltale communication patterns that show a bot trying to phone home to its command server.
And the number one goal is pretty simple: cut the head off the snake. If security teams can find and take down the bot master's command and control servers, they sever the connection to the entire army. The bots are then orphaned, totally unable to receive any new commands.
And guess what? The defense is getting smarter. Artificial intelligence is now being used to analyze network data at incredible speeds. These AI systems can learn what normal traffic looks like so they can spot the subtle patterns of a growing botnet, often before a big attack can even be launched.
But this fight isn't just for the experts. Honestly, the most important line of defense is you. Using strong and unique passwords for all your devices, especially the smart ones, is absolutely critical. Keeping your software updated patches the exact vulnerabilities these botnets exploit. And of course, using a firewall and good security software gives you that essential layer of protection.
Because when you really boil it down, what makes a botnet so uniquely dangerous is that it weaponizes its victims. Your device isn't just the target anymore, it becomes part of the attack on someone else.
Which leaves us with a really critical question for our hyper-connected future. As we connect billions more devices to the internet, from our cars to our coffee makers, how do we possibly build a secure network when every single one of those connections is a potential soldier in an invisible army?
The answer has to start with us, by securing what's ours. Protect your devices, because the moment you lose control, you can be sure someone else is ready and waiting to take it.